Can a secretly recorded phone call between a husband and a wife decide the fate of their marriage in court? The Supreme Court of India answered that question with a yes. And the implications are big for privacy, marriage and divorce laws. Hello and welcome to ThePrint. I am Ruchi Bhattar and today I am going to tell you about a landmark judgment where the Supreme Court ruled that a secretly recorded conversation between spouses can be used as evidence in divorce or matrimonial cases. On July 14, 2025, the court said that if a spouse is snooping, it's already a sign of a broken marriage. So why not let the evidence speak? In 2021, the Punjab and Haryana High Court had said that this kind of evidence violates privacy and can't be allowed under Section 122 of the Evidence Act. But the Supreme Court of India disagreed, saying that very section has an exception, especially in disputes between spouses. Let us understand what is Section 122 of the Indian Evidence Act. Section 122 of the Indian Evidence Act deals with the spousal confidentiality and communication between spouses. It prohibits a person from being compelled to disclose any communication made during marriage by their spouse. However, the provision includes an important exception, that it does not apply in legal proceedings between spouses or in cases where one spouse is prosecuted for an offence against the other. The Supreme Court emphasized this exception, asserting that it must be interpreted in harmony with constitutional guarantee of a fair trial under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. Now, what about right to privacy? Yes, the Supreme Court acknowledged that, but it made an important clarification that the right to privacy is not absolute. It must be balanced against other legal rights and principles, such as right to a fair trial. In matrimonial disputes, the ability to present relevant evidence, even if recorded secretly, becomes essential when other forms of proof are unavailable. What exactly happened in this case? This case began in a family court in Bathinda, Punjab. A husband approached the family court seeking divorce on grounds of cruelty under Section 13 of the Hindu Marriage Act, 1955. To support his claim, he submitted a compact disc, a CD. It had recordings of their private conversations. The wife challenged the admissibility of the recordings in the Punjab and Haryana High Court. Justice Lisa Gill, ruling in her favour, held that admitting such secretly recorded conversations would amount to a breach of her fundamental right to privacy. In 2017, the family court admitted the evidence. The High Court struck it down in 2021. But now, in 2025, the Supreme Court has spoken and reversed the High Court's decision. That's where everything changed. A bench of Justice B.V. Nagarathna and Justice Satish Chandra Sharma overturned the High Court's ruling. They said the recordings can be used as evidence because if the marriage has reached a stage where the spouses are actively snooping on each other, that itself is a symptom of a broken relationship and denotes a lack of trust. This ruling is big. It changes how evidence works in matrimonial cards. Often there are no witnesses to secret recordings like voice notes or call logs, which might become critical now. So what does this mean for you and for the society? It means that in a bitter matrimonial dispute, the line between privacy and proof is blurrier than ever. It means courts are adapting to the digital age, where trust issues often leave behind a digital trail. The ruling sets an important precedent for how evidence is treated in matrimonial disputes going forward. It reinforces that courts must adapt to the technological realities of modern relationships, where electronic communication and surveillance often form a significant part of disputes. With this landmark ruling, the Supreme Court has shifted the jurisprudential balance in favor of truth-finding in family disputes. By holding that secretly recorded conversations of spouses can be admitted as evidence, the court emphasized the primacy of a fair trial over rigid privacy norms in matrimonial settings. Thank you for watching.